Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Traders podcast. I'm Flexing Joe.
I'm Robbie.
What's up, Robbie? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Things could be better. Had a good Mother's Day, but unfortunately, I had to put my dear dog Rosie down on Friday.
Oh yeah, dude, you
So
told me
a
about
little
that.
bittersweet tears. She was 16 plus years old.
Mm,
We'd been thinking about it for a while, but we had to do it. It's a humane thing to do, and I was a little bit of a blubbering idiot on Friday, but it felt good that I had somebody to do that with. My wife Ashley,
yeah.
because doing that by yourself is pretty hard. I've done that before,
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. I
Hmm.
spent some time with my mom today. Uh, got her favorite dish, chile relleno, and then this pineapple drink. And we just chit chatted for a couple hours. Had a pretty good time. How about yourself?
Nice, man. I'm glad you had a good Mother's Day. Sorry about Rosie, dude. That's terrible.
Thanks,
Dogs are
man.
like end up being like family. It's tough. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, same thing. I actually, because I normally work on Sundays, so I took a half day today. I got out early, spent some time with my in-laws, with my wife, with her mom, and then spent some time with my wife, and obviously, I made sure my girls had a gift, to if they were spending time with their mom,
Yeah.
and just made lobster rolls for Bree, and
Oh,
appreciated
cool.
her for being a stepmom. So
Hmm.
took advantage of the main lobster, and she was pretty excited about. They were pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. So
Of course.
I benefited a little bit from Mother's Day too, and then
Yeah.
we got a gift for her too, but I'm gonna wait until on Tuesday when like both my girls will be here. So, because like we're like super hectic on scheduling right now, so we'll give her the gift on Tuesday.
Sure.
But been pretty solid. Been pretty solid.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. So, dude, that last episode really took off for us.
Yeah. Thanks everybody who viewed last episode, and of course all the prior ones. But we pushed over 870 plus views, I think. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
We broke the 200 subscriber mark.
Yep.
Currently at 205, so that's pretty cool.
Yep. Only
But
took
we
us
have eight.
17 episodes.
Yeah, yeah. But 872 views on the last one. So if
Mm.
you guys haven't checked that one out, I'd be surprised at this point. But go check it out because it's a pretty spicy one.
Yeah, 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 dude.
But today we might be beating the dead horse a little bit. You got your club, Joe?
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready, dude. Honestly, I never liked them anyways, bro. I never thought Topstep just did me dirty, and I'm ready to just like ready to throw shade on them whenever I have the opportunity because they just did me dirty.
Yeah. Well, so last week and a couple weeks, plenty of times we've talked about it, but last week specifically, we talked about Top Step freezing during live trading.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, it's been happening to me time and time again. But specifically on the seventh, man, I was in a long trade,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, it wasn't the best entry, but I got to a point where I was above break even.
Yep.
I was waiting for a breakout. The breakout finally happened. I started trailing the stop a little bit, and then JD Vance spoke. I think that was the catalyst.
Okay.
And then we knifed hard. So I was like 5 points in profit.
Yeah.
But then it knifed, Top Step froze. And then when it unfroze, I was liquidated for 35.5 points to the negative. So
Yep.
basically a 40-point loss on the trade, which should have been a 5 point, uh, you know, gain. And so I emailed them saying, hey, look, I got this video evidence of this situation. And I basically just got a copy paste response.
Typical.
And I understand that when you have a stop loss and there's a hard reaction through it, there's not necessarily going to be an order sitting that would execute.
You're right.
But this is still a sim funded account. So I feel like that shouldn't necessarily apply. And we know that it hasn't applied in the past on these kinds of situations too.
Yep. Yep.
And they replied saying, they gave me a copy and paste replies about velocity logic and how it works. And it's just basically like a mini circuit breaker sort of thing. And they're trying to say that it helps traders get a chance to reposition. But like that just sounds like BS to me because if the platform is locked, how can I reposition if I can't do anything, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Uh, and in fact, if it wasn't stopped, there's a chance I could have hit the flatten button. Maybe I don't know, or moved or done something different or flipped directions. Not that I would have on such a volatile move, but like people do that kind of stuff all the time.
Yep.
So I just replied to them to saying, "Hey, so another work, tough luck that I had a stop loss in profit and was liquidated for 35.5 under break even." Question mark, and we'll see how they respond to that. I don't know if they will. I'm not really banking on it.
Right.
Um,
Unless I think I might be showing maybe the wrong video because this one
yeah,
is a different one, right? Because you didn't have your stop and take into profit yet on this one.
yeah. The one that you have is probably the one that we shared
Yeah.
a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, because this is from like this. Yep. This is beforehand.
Was it the 6th?
This is the 6th, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so back to back, right? Yeah, no. This specifically on the 7th. So I don't know. It sucks, but I had a really good day Friday.
Well, that's good,
Pretty
man.
happy about that.
Yeah. I'm glad you had a good day Friday and recovered from that. That's terrible, dude. Like even just like watching that happen, like, even trading on my cash account, like I've been in. I say my cash account, like I just mean like a real live funded account. Not something that's like through a prop live or whatever. I mean, it's like literally my
Right.
brokerage account. And I
Joe's real money on the line, guys.
Joe's real money on the line. And I've been caught in or seen volatile moves or volatile like wick outs, and like I'll get like a point slippage or like a point and a half on some volatility. Like I don't know what I've seen like for the most, because it's never been anything where I'm like, oh my God, like, and that's going to stick out, So that's wild, dude. Like that is just watching these videos of it is just wild. And I had the sound off, but like you can hear, like it says something about it reconnecting, right? I think
Yeah.
in this one.
I think it says the markets are not open.
Order
Let me have
filled.
it playing. I think I have it on my screen here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Turn the sound on.
Yeah.
And my reaction was probably something like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Your reaction was great.
Where'd it go?
Order filled.
You literally like, whoa.
Yeah.
Bro, it's terrible, man. It's
I was
definitely
5
terrible.
points in profit. So oh, I'm looking at the wrong trade. Let's see. Yeah, I go back, I like lean back in my chair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, WTF. Oh, what the? You can see in my mouth, I'm lipping it. I'm like, what the?
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, and
it's like, market is now open.
Right. And keep in mind, everybody, too, right? So, like, you're on the West Coast, so this is like 6:30 in the morning. Like, you're up at the butt crack of dawn. Like, it's obviously dark as hell. You're not trying to wake people up in the house or anything like that. And so it's just like, dude, you're a better man than me, because I think just like my personality and my natural, like, louder tendency, I would have been like, what the like, and now and everybody else would be like, okay, thanks, Joe, thank you for waking us up.
Yeah.
So shoot.
Oh man.
But
yeah, so that sucks.
yeah, and it's a little bit concerning too, because like what's going to happen here now? Topstep wants to like create their and launch their actual own brokerage too.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Pretty gnarly, huh?
Yeah, very interesting. So I got this. You shared this with me. This post. Topstep is launching a brokerage, instant payouts, trading loop. Now they own the funnel sim to pay out to broker. Big move for retention. I don't know what LTV is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either.
And then
but it's all full circle, like he says. And then on top of that, them wanting to do SRO. I don't like it, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. Frankly, I would trust the brokerage more than the prop at this point, because there absolutely is regulations under the brokerages. Like there won't be any shenanigans for sure.
Right, but I mean, just hearing stories about how they've treated traders though, and then now they want to do that self-regulation is, and that's what he means by SRO. That would just make me like extremely concerned, and I would just think, well, why would I want to trade with you guys? Like, I could easily work with Ninja Trader. It's fine. Like, you'd have to say, oh, well, I'm obsessed with the Topstep X platform, but even then, you can trade for a lot of platforms through essentially TradingView, which is like basically the exact same thing minus the lockout feature, right? And And
Access to more time frames, access to more
exactly,
indicators.
exactly. So then like you're gonna get ultimately like a better platform out of it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I just me personally, I wouldn't. I won't do it. I'm happy. I'm happy on
Yeah.
Ninja Trader. So why would I do it?
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
Yeah. And then
But Joe,
yeah,
uh, you ever gotten a bonus at work?
yeah. I've got yeah. I mean that's yes, yes.
Okay, it's not uncommon for people to get bonuses, right?
What's that?
It's not uncommon for people to get bonuses.
No, it's not uncommon. I mean,
Yeah.
well, it's like at my job for certain positions, it's part. It's like part of your yearly compensation, where like when they offer you the job, and then during yearly evaluations when you get your raise, and therefore your bonus could like increase because your base salary increases. They
Yeah.
discuss it, but then they have like they have a target and they have a max. They have a target bonus and then like a max bonus, and I've always just operated under the mindset of I should never count on getting a dime from that. So whether
Mhm.
it's like bills or whatever, that's how personally I operate. But it's crap, man. They change the rules on it all the time. Like this year you're gonna get a bonus for this. Next year you'll get a
Mhm.
bonus if you do that. You know, and then it's always like some far out goal. There's like 3/4 of it'll be like maybe like metrics that you can hit, and then there's like the fourth one where it's like if pigs fly, like it's
Yeah.
something
So it's like
obscure
a
like that.
Kickstarter, and then here's the stretch goal.
Mhm. Yeah, yep, exactly. So yeah,
But when you get that bonus, though, it's tangible. It's like it's yours to do whatever you want with whatever it is, right?
yeah, dude. You know what? I actually have a short but really funny story. Is I used to know a guy who I
Hmm.
still know him. I mean, we're still like Facebook friends, but I'm not really on the book much. But he used to every time the bonus would hit, he used to actually go to the bank and he would make sure like that he was dressed very well. So
Hmm.
I guess for context of the story, like this was in Virginia. He's a black guy. It's in like kind of middle Virginia. And so we're talking like for his bonuses based off of like his position and stuff, we might be talking about like 10K or something. And so he would make sure he's like really dressed. He put on like a fresh pair of Jordans, like I'm talking fresh, never worn.
Hmm.
Iron his clothes, like he looked, very well put together, crisp, new, fitted hat, everything, right?
Yeah.
And he would walk into the bank and he would withdraw all that money. Like he would ask them to withdraw it. And he said every year it was the same thing. And he's like, dude, I've been banking with the same place for like 20 years at this point, since I was a
Hmm.
teenager. He's like, I walk in there
Yeah.
and every year I ask for them to take my money out. And he was like, and without fail, the branch manager has to come over to me. What are you going to do with that money? Do you think you should invest it? Do you want to open up like a retirement account? You want to do this? You want to open a CD? Blah, 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 blah. And he would be just like, I want my money. Like, you're the bank. It's my money. I
Hmm.
want my money, right? So it would be like a to do. Okay. And then
Yeah.
so he would take the money home and he would leave it on his counter. And
Hmm.
he would like for a couple days. And I'm like, bro, you're not like
Okay.
worried about that? Like just leaving it out? And he's like, no, I live in a safe spot. It's fine. I lock my doors and
Yeah.
everything. I'm not like, it's not like right in front of a window where everybody would see it. I'm like, okay. So
Right. It's not like baking pies and just, hey guys.
yeah. He's like, I'm not having guests over. It's just in my house. And I'm like, okay. And then so I'm just like on the edge of my seat now listening to the story. I'm like, so then what'd you do with the money? You know what I mean? Like, what'd you do with
Hmm.
it? Like, did you go buy sneakers? Because a big sneakerhead. You go buy sneakers, you go buy this, you go buy clothes. What do you go buy a car? What do you do with it? Right? And he's like,
Yeah.
no, I do what everybody else does with their bonus here. And I'm like, pay bills? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I bring it right back to the bank. I put it back in my account. And he's like, and then I disperse it to pay bills. I pay down my car loan early. I'll do this, I'll do that. And he was like, and then in a couple days, it's all gone. And I'm like, bro, you went through all that
So he
trouble.
just wants to hold the money.
Yeah. He's
That's
just
cool. All right.
he's like so adamant. He was just like, it's my money. And I want to
Yeah.
hold my money. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, bro. like, this is
That's
funny though,
funny.
right? And
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I said, well, all that effort you would go into to making sure that you look good to take the money out. And he was like, nah, I didn't care. When I brought it back, I didn't care. He was like, I'll just roll in there in like sweatpants and just like pull it out and be like, here you go. I need to redeposit this money.
Dude,
Yeah.
the bank hates when you take large sums of cash out. I've only done it a few times, but they absolutely hate it.
Mm. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, dude, who cares? Like, it's my business. Give me my money, you know?
Yep.
But I've had to make appointments to withdraw large sums of cash because they don't have it, which is complete and utter BS.
Oh, yeah.
No way they don't have the cash.
Oh, yeah.
They make excuses to,
Mm-hmm.
make you not want to take it out. Oh,
Yeah.
can't we just give you a cashier's check instead? No,
No,
I want my cash, please. Thank you very
yeah,
much. Bye.
I want the damn cash. I went and I had a similar issue with like having problem getting cash out, and I don't even think I wanted that much. It was like 2 or 3 G's. Like it wasn't like it was a lot,
Hmm.
and I was just pulling money out. Like, and the dude was like, "Okay, can I ask you what this for?" And I was like, "No," and he's like, "Well,
Hmm.
I am asking you what it's for," and I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, it's none of your business." And then
Yeah.
like he's just like, well, like no, really, like I have to write in an answer. And I was like, so just write in that. He's like, no, I can't write in that. Like it's my job. I need you to tell me something you're gonna do with this money. And I was just literally like, okay,
I'm gonna put it in my waist, in my underwear, and rub my balls all over it.
yo, for real, I wasn't that savvy because the dude was like looking at me sideways. Anyways, he was like, so what are you gonna do with it? You know, and
Oh man.
And I was just finally, I was like, look, man, I don't trust the financial banking system. I don't trust this institution to hold this much cash. And I think that like it'd be a wise move for everybody to have some liquidity that they have in a safe place. So I'm going to take this money and I'm going to hide it somewhere where I'm the only person who knows about it because frankly, I don't trust you. Can you type that in there? And he was just
Yeah.
like, okay,
I
so
can't type that either.
yeah, he's like, okay, so you just want cash to have cash. I'm like, yeah, it's only like
Yeah.
whatever it was, 2,500 or three. I was like, dude, this is nothing money here. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Ah, it's ridiculous, bro.
They are
Anything they
ridiculous
can to try to keep their thumbs over us.
for sure.
Am I
So,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So, why did you? What prompted you to ask me about the bonus, though?
Oh yeah. So Topstep is looking to give performance bonuses on their live traders,
Yeah.
and they posted this thing.
Oh yeah, I
I
got
think I
this,
saw Patrick Whelan reposting about it, and he was
Mm,
crapping on it, and I completely agree.
dude.
But
Yes.
they have these performance metrics, and it's like if you get $5,000, they'll give you $1,000 performance bonus. And then when you do 50K or 20K, it's like 5,000, 50K is 10,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. But like the bonus, like the amount that you get isn't even like consistent per tier. Like it's not always 10% or 20% or whatever it is. It's like it just kind of seems a little arbitrary to me, just like a feel good whole number, like $1,000, $100,000 if you're $1 million profit target.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is, oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, well, obviously the ratio is not equal here, but like, I think these actually kind of start relatively low, like in terms of like making this because I don't see
Yeah.
anything referencing a time frame. Making this doesn't
Mhm.
seem like a lot.
No, no, and I agree with that. But the crazy thing is that we talked about the bonus
Mm-hmm.
earlier
Mm-hmm.
about it being a tangible thing that you kind of do with whatever you want. And correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but from what I've read and I've seen on in the terms of service and stuff, this isn't your money to withdraw. And basically, it's just a little bit of extra drawdown that you can have.
Dude, so
And
like,
so,
yeah, like,
like,
go ahead, you got it.
well, I mean, if you're going to call it a bonus, then give it like, this is a live account, and if you want to give somebody a bonus, then give them a bonus. But if it's not really a bonus, then call it what it is.
Yeah, because like I've heard Mike Bellafiore from SMB Capital talk about like kind of how they structure, you know, how people make money at the prop firm, right? Because because they're a real prop firm, they're taking on all the
Yeah,
risk. They obviously have to pay the overhead costs, everything from electricity to risk management teams, etc. Right? And then
yeah,
and that's why they start you out small, obviously, because they need to control that risk, right? And as
yeah,
you're able to size up and have bigger margins and bigger, a longer leash, so to speak, there's different like thresholds and like percentages that you can earn. And then, if you eclipse certain numbers, you can, of course, achieve bonuses, right? Because, I think like the payout was, let's just say it's like only like 45 or 50%. But again, you have no risk as a trader, right? Like,
yeah.
so it does help a little bit there. But yeah, like the bonus structure itself, like it makes sense as a tangible thing, but it's paid out. Like it's their money. It's not like, oh hey, we just gave you more drawdown.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
So
great job last month. You earned 100K last month. We're going to give you an extra $20,000 in margin to trade with. Like it doesn't work like that.
no. And what I would say is like if you're in a position where you are able to consistently trade futures and run an account up with a balance of 50K, then what are you even doing trading with these guys paying you as a 1099 when you can have your own cash account? Like withdraw that 50K, put it in your cash account or put half in a cash account, whatever, do, party with the rest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not financial advice or invest. But like, dude, do that for yourself with your own account and then take your own weekly payouts and then reap the benefits of actually trading futures.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a
I don't
better,
know.
there's a preferred tax structure on futures versus options or shares.
Yeah. And
Um,
of course, over like a traditional 1099
yep.
uh, filing. So
Yeah, and that's why people prefer
I don't know.
SPX over SPY. Same thing.
Yeah. So it just seems like a little bit of a joke to me. But if I'm wrong, I'd be gladly corrected. But it didn't seem that way to me.
Yeah, I mean, first off, the math is stupid on this too. So like, I'm gonna get a 6.5% roughly bonus here, and then you're gonna up my bonus to 25%. So that's cool. And then it's
Yeah.
20%. I realize it's 20, like it's a bigger number. So like, I would expect these percentages to like somewhat kind of like equalize, But then
Yeah.
like, so this is 20%. This is 20%. This is still 20%. Then you get up
Hmm.
here, and this is like what did I say? It was like 15%. I'm gonna do the math again real quick. 75 divided by 550. Yeah, it's okay. So it's 13.6%. So the percentage drops
Hmm.
off. But like, why is the percentage dropping off when this is an incredibly difficult number to achieve? Even like I don't know what the time frame is, but like even if you just say this is a year, it's a lot of money to make on futures in a year.
Yeah.
A lot. And then you get
And why
to
would you still have that as your balance, bro? Like,
well, I don't think it's I don't think they're saying balance. I think they're just saying like
oh
profits,
yeah, of
right?
course.
So if you're
Right.
taking
Okay,
if you're taking steady
that's
payouts, your account balance could be staying in here at like 100, but you've eclipsed 550 total for the year because you've been paying yourself.
yeah.
Which
Of
is
course, I'm a dummy.
yeah, which is what every
But
trader should do. Like, again, we don't do financial advice, but like let's think about it logically, guys. You got to take your money. Like you're not playing a video game for the fun of it here.
yeah,
So, yeah, I would I don't know. I don't. This doesn't make any sense. I would like just be questioning it. And then there's a second part too. Is the trailing drawdown thing, right? So we know there's two things that are true. When you get to a live account, they really restrict your maximum daily loss limit for the day early on.
hmm
You have
yeah,
to earn the right to size up, which is crazy because they have all of your data from trading on XFAs. So they should
right,
know overall basic statistics from your trading, including like your profit factor, your MAE, which is your maximum adverse excursion, how much do trades go against you before they work, right? Because if somebody has a terrible MAE, like, and these trades are going against them, $3,000 only for them to make a grand, like, yeah, okay, they
yeah,
were profitable, but that's not good. That like the risk there far outweighed the reward. So they have all this
mhm,
data. So if you have already got all this data, you should be able to assess, like based off of your trading data, statistically from your XFA accounts, your maximum daily loss limit should be this, not just a blanket number they give everybody. And then on top of that, we know that if the account gets deep into the green for the day, they move that risk up and they say, hey, we're locking you in at a green day, 50% of what you're green already. So like your daily loss limit is now moved into the green. Like we are both gonna like because they profit, right? They're gonna keep 10%.
yeah,
So they're
hmm
ensuring that they're making money off of you for the day, which of course is fine. I think that's reasonable, and I would understand that if I was working in person at a prop firm and the risk manager came up to me and was like, hey, we're gonna lock some of this in, like we're gonna, you know what I mean? Like especially early on.
yeah,
But
hmm
then like it just makes the whole concept harder. And if
yeah.
you're giving this to me as more trailing drawdown, when am I actually able to utilize that? Like over a period of months where I have a hot losing streak?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't make
I guess there
sense.
definitely needs to be some more specifics about that, and I guess we'll see when this is officially rolled out and Potentially, if anybody's on social media trading with us and gets the bonus, we'll see how that actually how it actually plays out.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't I was looking at Patek's page, CEO, and I haven't seen it on it. But I did find it very funny that the next day after our podcast was released, did you see the house account was down again?
I
Like
didn't know.
it's like they're always like we were talking about, like just fade the house account. If they go long, go short, and vice versa, because they're always down, and that's pretty much exactly what happens. So
Yeah.
so one thing he's saying too is in his post I see right here, he says you're in the big leagues now, get paid like it. You can earn over 250,000 in bonuses. So maybe these actually stack. They must stack. They
Okay.
must stack up. So here's $1,000 bonus, and then here's 5,000. So by the time you're at level 3, you're actually getting a total of 16,000 in bonuses, which does help.
Sure.
It does definitely help.
Yeah. Hmm.
That makes things better. End of the day, at or above the target balance. Earn your performance bonus. We deposit the cash, and you unlock the next level. But it doesn't say how this all gets to be used.
Yeah. I mean, in the fine print that I read, and I guess I wish I should have saved it, but it had that whole typical at our discretion sort of stuff as well that we've talked about in the past.
Bro, one bonus per month. One bonus per month. That's kind of wild.
Okay, so
Each
hypothetical,
each
you
level
hit the first bonus, maybe you have a 5K bonus the first month because you traded, and then
only on
you have
Topstep
like
X.
you're on a hot streak like in the first week or so, and then you get some crazy gangbuster entry, and you have this insane uh win, and maybe you're up like 200 grand, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like rollover minutes and you get like that you get the bonus for the next month?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Or is
mean,
like, nah, you didn't trade that well the next month. So, it's like you stick the clock starts over each month.
yeah, I don't. I wonder how that. It's just it says your market close during a month in which you haven't already earned a bonus. Can I earn more than one bonus? No. Can I skip levels or repeat a level if I drop a low? No. Levels must be completed in order. You cannot skip or re-earn a level you've unlocked. Do payouts reduce my bonus? No. Do profits from before I was called to live count? No. What happens
I
if my
mean,
live account is
that all
closed?
makes sense.
Yeah. Do I need to
Hmm.
trade every day to qualify? No. How do I know when I've unlocked a bonus? You'll receive an email letting you know. When will I receive a bonus? Is typically issued 1 to 3 business days after you qualify. Okay, that's cool. That's relatively quick. That's faster than they open your accounts. Can I withdraw my bonus without requesting a payout? No. The only way to take money out of your trading account, including any bonuses you earn, is by qualifying for and requesting a payout. Bonuses are added to your account balance, but can only be accessed through the standard payout process. So it does look like you can withdraw some of it, and they think they still allow you to withdraw up to 50% of your balance, right? So we go back to the top. If you cross $50,000 in payouts and you're eligible to take like 25 of it, it sounds like they would add the 10 in there. You would have a 60K account balance, and you'd be able to withdraw 30. So you are slightly tapping into that. That's
Okay.
kind of how I'm reading it, but um, yeah, it's based on your net profits, even if you withdrew funds, right? So that's good. Yeah, I mean, that
Well,
sounds
it's
a little
early,
better.
so, I could be jumping the gun and assuming too much or having not read enough information. And, that's on me, of course, but we'll definitely see how this plays out.
Yeah. It says that it's only available if you trade Topstep X. Go figure.
Well, yeah, because they don't want you trading on Project X with somebody else. Well, they would like for you to be trading on Project X with somebody else and then seeing unregular activity and use that as an excuse to blackball your ass.
Right. Quite funny. Quite funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's an interesting concept, and it's not all bad. I just think that for the majority of traders, it's not going to be something that even applies to them, right? Because I think most traders are
Yeah.
not going to get called up to live. And we see it time and time again. Like, I pay attention to like what happens in the group, right? Like how frequently do we see traders who, are always trading evaluation accounts, right? Like they trade
Hmm.
XFAs, but you see they're posting evaluation trades as well, and it's like, wow, why are we always trading evals here? There's only one.
Yeah, it's like you choking when you get to the funded, and then you're just blowing up. But you are like you're YOLOing the evals to pass them fast, but then you trade different when you get
Yeah,
funded.
yeah,
Possible.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely something that's going on there, right? Like you're only going to continue to trade evaluation accounts if you keep blowing funded accounts. Like that's
Yeah,
it. That's it in a nutshell. Like you're not doing it because if you wanted to just trade for the practice of it, you would open a practice account.
exactly.
So I don't think that I don't know. I wonder what their percentage of traders call up to live actually is. Like we had that they shared with and we talked about that percentage. Only 12% of traders got payouts.
Yeah, that would definitely be a really interesting statistic to know.
Hmm. It definitely would be.
Yep.
Well, until we know that, for now, what we do know, we don't know the specifics, but it looks like Trump and China have reached some sort of trade deal.
Yeah,
And
when was the day that he was like, I've got a big announcement coming Thursday or Friday, maybe Monday at the latest. And then we
yeah,
got that was the 6th, I think,
yep,
Tuesday.
yep,
And then he also tweeted that was it now is the time to buy stocks, or he said something again of that similar nature.
yeah. He said it. He said it live. He didn't. I don't think he tweeted it. He was like, it was a live thing, and he said, "Now's a great time to buy stock." I watched it. Now's a great time to buy stock because, like, this is the first trade deal of many, and like once we get all these deals, the market's going to take off like a rocket, like you've never seen before. So
Yes. So it did rocket, but it came back down pretty hard.
it did.
And I'm just thinking to myself, you know what, dude? Because like the day that he announced the tariff pause, he said something similar. Now's the good time to buy DJT. And for like all the haters out there, considering the whole prospect of insider trading and stuff, I mean, he at least signaled it for the peasants like us. And I'm just kind of wondering if, shoot, dude, maybe I should not load the boat, but maybe I should have added more to my positions or long terms and stuff last week. I
I,
did add on a couple names, but I don't know. We'll see because there's some that are coming back over the 200 monthly or 200 simple moving average, like on
hmm
weekly and daily charts too,
hmm
which is often a pretty big indicator of a reversal. So,
Yep. Yeah. Especially if we can get that
yeah,
fit.
guys.
For a lot of these names, get that 50 SMA to cross back over the 200 SMA, right? The golden cross. Because there's been
Yeah, for
some
sure.
some death crosses on a lot of names. Which one was I looking at? That looking at a ticker the other day, and I was like, oh damn, I didn't realize they had the cross. Apple had it.
Hmm.
Apple had it. Um, AMD we know had that one. Like
Oh yeah, a
AMD
while ago.
AMD had it. Jesus, oh my god, AMD had it in August. So like
Yeah.
that's been a thing. Amazon had it on like in April 20th, something like that. AVGO like literally just had it, and it's the weirdest thing because like they crossed in like their pinch. So like the I probably should just show some charts. Uh
Sure.
this is an interesting spot where some of these names are at. Um here's AVGO. So like this is what I mean is like the dashed over the dash. That's a 200 SMA. This is a 200 EMA. So that's the
Hmm.
50 SMA. So they just barely crossed, but like look at the prices back over it. So a couple more days over here, it's just gonna pinch back over.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
show the that's right about Amazon. What else? Google. Sorry, I got a lot of drawings on Google. So Google had its cross over here. So what was that? Beginning of April. Let's see, Meta didn't cross. It looks like. Oh no, it did. It did. Same thing as AVGO. Like it just did, but price is over it. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Meta's at an interesting spot because of they had this big earnings gap up. So I'm really curious if this earnings gap up is going to hold here.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of hope so actually because of that whole uh, move over the cross, but like also
Hmm.
over that really massive candle to the left.
Here, this
What day
is
is yeah that one?
that's a tariff
Like it,
pause.
it'd be nice to just hold that. You know what I mean for the base,
Yeah, it's a
or
tariff
even like the
pause.
next day.
Yep. Yeah, really, like basically what you're saying is holding this area.
Yeah,
Yep, it would be great to see that for sure. What else comes next? Microsoft. Microsoft had the death cross over here back in February, but look, same thing. Big gap up here following earnings. So this is a post earnings gapper to watch for sure.
yep. There's some
Interesting.
pretty small candles though on that one.
Yeah, they're really consolidating here at the high. That's
Hmm.
nice, actually. So interesting how it kind of held up there. That would be. Eh, really tight candles there.
Yeah,
And
dude, I got to tell you about this
yeah, you got a
crazy
funny
thing that
story?
happened to me on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I was locked out for the day, but I was still kind of like trading sim and just looking at price and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I started hearing stuff, dude. Like it was like 10, maybe 11 a.m. Eastern time. And then suddenly I hear the bell, like the opening bell in Thinkorswim. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on here? You know? Because I didn't even have Thinkorswim open. I only had Topstep X open, I think. And so like I'm like, okay, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, order filled. And I'm like, "What? What?" And I scrambled. I open up everything, and I look to see if there's any open
Mm-hmm.
positions, and there's nothing. And I'm like, "Dude, is somebody fucking with me? Like, am I in a Discord, and is there, like, a soundboard going or something like that?" I'm not in
Yeah.
any voice channels.
Yep.
Turns out I was playing I was, replaying one of my daily trading videos in the
Oh.
background, and of
Oh,
course
snap.
and yeah, and so that's where the opening bell noise came from and the order filled came from, and I'm like, "Oh, phew."
Damn.
But I had a little bit of a heart pause there for a second.
Dude, like order filled is like is especially for us like in futures now is like the most iconic of sounds. Like it's just
Yeah.
like, and then like stop filled. Oh, dude, when I hear stop filled, God damn it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
she's just
for
a
sure.
want to curse her. Um, yeah, I don't know, bro. The Ninja Trader one, the Ninja Trader voice is the what that does it. But
Mhm.
the Trader Vate, I called it Trader Vate there for a second.
Ye
The the Trader Vate, like, dude, he's that one's like another one. That would just like I think that would just get to me. Order filled. Order filled.
That'd be funny if you could change it to, like, whatever you want and you'd have, like, Nel or not Nelson. Who's the little kid in, The Simpsons? "I'm in danger." Oh, Ralphie. Little Ralphie
Ralphie.
voice.
Yeah. That would be funny too.
Yeah.
Shoot, we could have too much fun with it. I know on Ninja Trader you can program it to be different things. So like
Oh, okay.
you can actually like go in your settings and you can program different things because if you set up auto trail,
Mhm.
the auto trail indicator, have you ever used that? It's a cash register sound that said like cha-ching.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, I use
Yeah,
that.
and it's like it's aggressive, like it's loud.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, as soon as I figured that out, I was like, yo, can I change this? How do I change this? And I don't use auto trail. That's how I changed it. I just decided not
Ah,
to.
okay.
But you can just like download a quick audio file and like put it wherever and just link it in the settings and it works pretty well. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, on, Thinkorswim, I've changed my alerts to use, SpongeBob. One moment later for for when my alerts trigger instead of, like, the little bell,
Oh,
because
yep.
like, that's the most distinct notification. Because like, if I have a CBC alert going on, that
Hmm.
bell is flipping every once in a while,
Hmm.
and so I just need one that's absolutely distinct for the alerts, and I was like, "Yeah, that works."
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
I'm waiting for price to come to me or whatever, then it's like, "Okay, yep, it's time to get behind the wheel and see if there's something actionable here."
Yeah. For sure. For sure. I have only one alert that I programmed and it's just a different tone. but
Mhm.
it's just for my VIX alerts. So I just like instinctively know, like if I hear that sound, VIX has done
Yeah.
something, so I know immediately where to look. But it's a good concept to have. Is just like different alerts programmed for different things. I should
Yeah.
I should like do like be more creative and do that for like different tickers. Like if Tesla's breaking out, it should be like an engine revving, which of course would be funny because Tesla's engines don't rev, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it's bro, this gap up out on the trade news is wild, man. Like NQ's like back at the highs.
Yeah. Just looking at like the 5 minute, we didn't even retest the opening print. Came pretty close, but wow.
Yep, yep. So gonna
What?
be an interesting week. We have CPI this
Mhm.
week, PPI this week. Gonna be a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
what do you say we wrap it up on that one, huh, bro?
sounds good, dude. Great chatting with you,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. You too, as always.
catch you on the next one, bro.
Later, guys.